Goosebump. Goosebump.
This was my more ideal month. We have one good book and we have one bad book.
Yes, true.
I like that because I like having a contrast.
Mm-hmm. I was actually rather disappointed with one of their books today. The only obvious one that I could be disappointed in. And then there's also The Barking Ghost.
Yeah. Oh, look, Dummy 2. It's not as good as the first one.
Which is weird.
I still liked it.
I still liked it.
Yeah.
I think it's just the hype surrounding Slappy.
It's the problem. Because, the thing is, right, it's taken him 30 books to get to Dummy 2. Clearly, Slappy was not on this fan's mind when he was writing these.
You jump to now and the books are called Slappy World. Weird.
We had 3 Monster Blood books before we got to the actual Slappy book.
That's actually fucking insane. Interesting intro, jumping right into talking about Dummy 2, bad.
What else is there to say?
No, another
these 2
month.
books have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
No.
In terms of quality or, the general story premise. We'll just talk about them. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, there's not really much of a... we read the 2 books. One of them's interesting, one of them's bad. It's Goosebumps, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start us off talking about Night of the Living Dummy 2. Full disclosure, I read this book quite a while ago. This episode got delayed because of COVID.
Just like our first video.
Oh, fuck. It's Amy? And what's Amy's sister's name? And why is it not saying? She's rather important, and why is she not on the back of the book?
From the fat stuff.
Amy and sister and brother.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
You tell your premise.
What's their last name? It'll say right at the start.
Yeah, Kramer.
So the Kramer family. We open on the Kramer family family night.
Sarah and Jed.
And
the friend's name is Margot. That's something I just remember.
Jed's the brother. Yes. Yeah. Amy and Sarah and Jed. And Margot's the friend. That plot that goes nowhere.
No.
So it's family sharing night in which all the kids and even the parents in this Kramer household have to share something that they've done that shows their unique talents or whatever. And it's actually the scariest part of the book, IMO, because it's like the kids are on show and it's like, you better have something good to show at family sharing night, kids, or dad's gonna get the cane again.
There's nothing scarier than a white American family.
Oh, fuck. So you've got Jed just kind of refuses to do anything. You've got Amy goes up. We'll save Amy for last. You've got Sarah shows off one of her paintings because she's very artistically talented. I forget what the mum does, and the dad picks up his guitar and he sings a song, and that dad's really bad at singing, but nobody in the family wants to tell him. And then up goes Amy, our main character. And Amy is a ventriloquist, and she's got a dummy called Dennis. Yes, called Dennis. And she tells the jokes with him, and when she makes him laugh, the head falls over, and she goes, "Dad, you promised me that you'd buy me another fucking dummy."
Those things gotta cost like $1,000.
They're not cheap. They're not no way in hell. And the dad's like, oh wallet's empty, kid. But she's just like, you promised me you'd get me one. And then they go to bed. I don't even know when stuff starts happening in this book.
Yeah, she just gets slappy.
I think they just, 2 chapters later, after you're set up for the family and the friends, which doesn't matter, she just gets slappy. And she's got this brand new dummy called Slappy, and she goes into his pocket, and she pulls out a piece of paper, and she reads these words.
Due dem de la.
Yeah, Ade due dem de la. Imagine the words from Child's Play. That's what she reads.
I said the words.
You can't reference too many movies that I like at once. You throw me off. And then, oh no, the dummy starts doing things that, oh no. She's doing her stand-up routine at the next family night, and then Slappy starts making fun of the dad's toupee. And he says something mean about the sister's artworks or something. And everybody goes, Amy, how could you say something like that? And she goes, it's not me, it's Slappy. And everyone's like, what the fuck? No. And it's the same stuff you read in the first book. It builds and it builds and it builds with the dummy doing things and Amy catching onto it. So then at one point, Amy decides to lock Slappy in the closet so as to just not have him do anything. There's all this red paint in the morning appears, and it's Amy written in red. all over the halls, all over everything.
It starts with him like painting something on the painting that she was showing at sharing night. Then it
That's right.
escalates
Sarah's
to-
painting gets escalated. Something appears on Sarah's painting, and then everyone's like, "Why'd you do that, Amy?" And she goes, "It wasn't me." And then she looks at Slappy, and there's paint.
It's
on his
weird logic
fingers.
because like that's what Jed does, and Jed's like, I didn't do it. Well, Amy, if Jed says he didn't do it, then it has to be you.
What was that? No, there was one scene when she's trying to catch Slappy in the middle of the night doing something. So then she's in the hallway looking in Sarah's room. And then Jed's awake and he goes, "What are you doing here?" And she goes, "Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Go back to bed." And the next day is when there's all the painting was ruined or something.
She said she was getting markers.
Something like that, markers, yeah. And then Jed goes, "Well, in the middle of the night, Amy was up doing this," and it's just the most like you present that in the court of law, and it's like, yeah, the kid did it.
I will say, I really like this cover. I don't normally like the remake covers, and this has all the paint in it and looks like red blood, but they can get away with it.
I like Lotso Huggin' Bear in the corner.
Yo.
You'll have to put up a good quality image of it because they're not going to see that.
The OG cover kind of.
Was that the one with him sitting on the bed? No, that's not the one.
He's sitting on a dresser. The one sitting on the bed is the remake of the first book. The first book cover is just like a close-up of his face.
Maybe it's the OG cover of the third book. It's just him sitting on a bed.
It's him in the attic with like the
There's
family
one of them
dummies.
where it's just him sitting on a bed.
It's the remake.
No,
of
one of the
first
old
book.
ones. No, one of the old ones.
Must be a 2000s book then. I don't know.
No. Maybe it is just him on the dresser, and I'm just remembering it a bit wrong.
It's like pink and green. It's a really ugly, really ugly
that must
cover.
be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I can't even think. Amy's friend Margot. She wants Margot's dad wants Amy to perform a ventriloquist routine because he runs a restaurant and they have kids parties or something, and he wants Amy to perform for the kids, and he thinks it's a good way for her to make pocket money. So she says, "Yeah, I'll do it," and she takes Slappy to it, and Slappy like grabs one of the kids' fingers and refuses to let go. And everyone's like, "Wow, you made your dummy grab a kid's finger. Stop that." And she runs out and she like doesn't want to do her ventriloquist performances anymore. And all this escalation happens until one day she walks back into her room and Slappy is just sitting on her bed. And he goes, "Hi, Amy, we need to talk." And that's your cliffhanger. And it's like, oh, good, a Slappy moment. And then the next chapter is Slappy going, "Basically, you said the magic words and now you're my slave. So you're going to do whatever I say for the rest of your life." And that's his whole deal, is that he just wants slaves. And because she said the word, she's a slave.
I was talking to my friend about this also. We had him on before. Because I was like, a lot of these Goosebumps villains are just like, I want to eat kids. And Slappy's just an asshole.
Yeah, he's just a prick.
Yeah.
He's just a funny prick.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. At one point, you find out that Amy's sister also knew that Slappy was awake, but she didn't want to... was alive, but she didn't want to say anything because who would believe her? And so she just let her sister get in trouble a lot.
Her parents are threatening to take her to the psychologist.
Yeah, they mention the psychologist a lot.
Which is my favorite plot line in these books.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly just Stein padding.
He just needs to fill out the length of the book. I'm trying to remember how we get to our climax.
They throw him in a sewer.
Yeah, they try throwing him out. Obviously, it doesn't work. He comes back and he's all covered in mud. And the parents don't believe them. And it basically escalates to them having this plan where they were going to... Jed was going to run out dressed up as Dennis to freak Slappy out, and then they were going to do something to him.
Yeah, because they set up, like, the head falls off, and, like, Jed can disguise himself in Dennis's clothes.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
But I can't remember what they were planning to do to Slappy.
They just wanted to prove to the parents that Slappy was real.
Yes.
So they had them hiding in the closet, and him just, like, cracking his head open while he fell onto the bedpost or something was just a happy coincidence.
Yeah, so then outruns the thing that looks like Dennis, and Slappy gets defeated somehow. And then everybody goes, "Wow, that was fantastic." And then Jed runs out and he goes, "Fuck, guys, sorry, I fell asleep. I overslept. Are we still doing it? Are we still going to get Slappy? And then the girls go, what? Dennis? And then you look at Dennis, he goes, oh, geez, here we go again, guys. And that's where the book ends.
They do the
Dennis
green
was
smoke
alive.
thing again, when Slappy dies. That happened when Mr. Wood died.
Was that in the book? The green smoke?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I'm like, it's like a demon thing? What's going on there?
Yeah, it's just like a living kind of thing.
Remnant?
Yes, canon. I wonder if there is a book that... I think it's in like Horrorland. They explain where Slappy comes from.
I've read Horrorland, no.
No?
It's probably a Slappy World book.
Might be a 2000s book. Oh, what else was it? Did you read The Most Wanteds?
No.
I
I don't even know if there is a Slappy Most Wanted book.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The mythology of Slappy does not matter.
No.
Very bad explanation aside. The book... It's not as, like, scary as the first one. Because the first one, you've got Mr. Wood being pretty, like, antagonistic the whole fucking
chokes a
book.
dog.
He does a lot of bad stuff in that fucking book. So Slappy was a bit more disappointing. He was pulling pranks.
Yeah.
He was being silly the whole book. He wasn't being a villain.
I like these books because they're different.
They are very different.
The stakes are very low, but I think that works because whenever Stein has high stakes, he always needs to bring it down so it's still grounded.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it sets up expectations and then you're disappointed by the end.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed with just how nothing much the book was. Just classic Goosebumps, like, padding out until the ending. Still much better than most Goosebumps books that do this kind of stuff.
There's a lot of things that show up in this book that I just don't see in other Goosebumps books.
Yeah, like...
There's 3 siblings. It's always 2.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You don't have the parents find out about the supernatural threat. The only other book I can think of that does that is, like, the adventure books. So that's cool. They had, like, a master plan. Usually they just kind of fumble into winning, but this time they actually came up with something and it worked. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I don't think I have much more to...
Let's check it.
This whole thing is just me going, but this, I don't know.
It's going to be a miracle if I have anything to say about the other book.
Yeah. Where is my shit?
There was a cat in this book.
I could not tell you the cat's name.
His name's George, and he does nothing. He literally just stopped showing up at a point. I really like how they describe Slappy. There was a bit where, like, when she first gets Slappy, there's like a moldy sandwich in his head.
Yeah, she thinks she's touching his brains, and like the guy who won't Slappy before just left a sandwich in there.
It's interesting. They do put a lot of effort into, like, describing Slappy. Just like, he's made of wood, and, like, you know, more detail than that. I read this book like a week or so ago. So.
I need to call out, I think, the best cliffhanger we've ever had. I think it's like one of the later family sharing nights when she's got Slappy, but Slappy's making all the jokes to make fun of the family, and it just keeps building and building and building, and then she goes, oh my god, this is the worst family sharing night ever, and then Slappy says, did I mention you all are ugly? And that's where the chapter ends.
He's like fat shaming the mom.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Was it the dad's toupee he was making fun of?
I can't remember if that was in the book or just the TV adaptation.
The TV adaptation is pretty close, regardless. Yeah. Spoilers for the next section.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a girl who is like a background character that maybe only shows up a little bit, but Stein defines her by making her obsessed with the Beatles.
Yeah.
That was her whole character.
I think that was Margot's thing.
Was that Margot's thing? It doesn't really come up again. But that's... For a moment, she's just Beatles girl. And I thought that was funny.
Stein will give someone one personality trait and call it a day.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all you can fit in these books.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you get time for. And if it's not a main character, you know, you get a quirk and that's it. That's all the notes that I really think are worth pointing out. It takes 18 chapters for Slappy to be Slappy.
It's one of the better ones.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's making the top 10.
Solid book regardless. Yeah. TV adaptation?
Yeah, let's do it. So TV adaptation's pretty much the book. It's a one-parter.
Which is good.
Yes.
We just get to the point.
The plot could not do a two-parter.
No.
Not at all.
As tempted as I'd find it to add to the book to make it justify its length, No, you just cut it down and you just do it. It's pretty 1-to-1. They cut out the friend story.
She's in it a bit.
She's in a little bit, but they don't do the whole story of her going to perform for the kids and
there's a handshake scene.
That is in there, but that's replaced with those two kids. They just go to her house.
Yeah.
But she doesn't go to she doesn't go to a big party and meet the parents and everything. And no, they pretty much cut all that out, which is good because you just focus on Slappy.
The family sharing night, they changed the brothers down as home videos. And it's actually really funny because he's just
amazing.
spying on his family and getting them in really embarrassing moments. Here's Dad adjusting his hair.
Yeah. What was the mum doing?
She was eating ice cream.
That's right. She was sticking to her diet. Yeah.
They didn't put a skinny person in the role. They definitely didn't just do that.
Oh, fuck.
The effect for Slappy's pretty straightforward. He's just a doll. And if they ever want to have him move, they'll have a close-up shot of him so they can cut out the arm that's clearly up his back.
Yeah.
So, any long shots, if he's talking, his mouth ain't moving.
This can't be happening.
Nah, yeah, that's it. What? How much can the dummy do? His eyes can move?
Yeah.
His mouth can move. I think
eyebrows?
that's it. Do his eyebrows move?
I don't know. Probably not.
They might.
Yeah.
I can't remember. The eyebrows might move. Insert footage of the eyebrows moving here, and if there's no eyebrows moving, do the Fortnite gritty dance. What else?
You liked the voice.
I really like his voice. It's just the perfect, annoying, but still an adult kind of voice. I love that voice.
You and I are one now. Inseparable. You are my slave.
No, I'm not gonna be your slave. You can't make me.
You reckon Slappy could get cancelled for calling people slaves?
As long as he never has a black kid, he's fine.
Slappy gonna be a bro.
He's like, yeah, I've always wanted an urban slave.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you cancelled.
The disclosure is that I watched that episode a lot when I was a kid. I watched Haunted Mask, I watched that one, and I think I watched Living Dummy Free a lot when I was a kid. They probably all would have been on the one VHS. So I've got a lot of nostalgia for this one. I was saying earlier, I just kind of have a big love for the Toys to Life kind of. Toys to Life is the name of Skylanders games, by the way, but I'm using it here. Toys to Life stories like Toy Story, Small Soldiers, Chucky, and this. And this is probably the first one that I got really into. Probably very specifically Living Dummy 2, because there's no adaptation of Living Dummy 1.
It's also it's 2 episodes of Twilight Zone, actually. There's one where there's a killer doll that obviously the Simpsons did a parody of. There's another one where these group of completely random people, completely different occupations, like a ballet dancer and a soldier, and they're trapped in this room, and then you find out they're just toys in a toy box.
I should really watch Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I really need to watch that. JoJo. There's that one fight in JoJo Part 3. Yeah, honestly, there's not a lot to say about this TV show because it is just good. Just do a good job with Slappy. The smoke at the end looks good when his head gets shattered. And then Dennis is alive as well. I don't think they have the plan in the TV show. I don't think there's the part where the plan was for Jed to come out dressed as Dennis.
I don't think even they had that scene with Dennis. I think Dennis just turns out to be alive,
Just
completely unrelated scene.
Yeah.
They just walk in the living room and they see Dennis sitting on the table.
No, Dennis just definitely helped take out Slappy still, but it was kind of only in the first scene, and then and then
they get right into Slappy during the opening family sharing night. Slappy comes in.
I think at the end of that one, it was oh no, Dad, you told me that you buy me a new one. And he goes, well, funny that. I think it was something like that.
Yeah,
if it's not in that scene, it's the next one. It happens very quick.
Scene.
It is? Yeah, so it's pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, one part to be
which is good. That's what you want. We want to get right to it. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably one of the must-watch episodes. It's nothing on Haunted Mask.
No. Or One Day at Halloween Part 2.
Yeah, very specifically part 2.
Yeah, don't watch Part 1.
No. But yeah, I don't know. It was good. You agree it was good?
Yeah, I liked it. They all kind of blend together after a while.
Yeah.
We watched these like 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Thank you, COVID. Yeah, I don't know. I guess now we can talk about the barking ghost. Hadley, if you would.
So, you think Shane's gonna ask you to the dance? I wish.
I need Slappy to start a forest fire. Take notes time. This way there can be no other dummies.
I don't know about you, but I think I'm at that point with these books where it's not new anymore. There's nothing to comment about the style of these books or R.L. Stein, or they're all kind of just the fucking same.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder to remember what happens in them as well. So I sit here like an idiot going, oh, and then the dummy's alive, and then
There's an annoying sibling, and there's just like a lot of fucking around, and then eventually they get to the ending.
It just makes them harder and harder to talk about, to find something worth talking about.
Hopefully we have something to say about Chicken.
Oh, fuck, please. Alright, but what about the barking ghost?
I didn't really like it. It was a weird book. I found the mystery intriguing, and then I remembered this is a Goosebumps book, and there was going to be no satisfying payoff whatsoever.
I think the story of that book actually changed in Stein's mind halfway through writing.
Yeah, you did mention that to me, and that kind of makes sense. I will say, this title is wrong. You know that Simpsons moment where Nelson's like, I can think of at least 2 things wrong with that title. That's what this is.
No, look, catching those barking ghosts then.
First of all, it's not the barking ghost. It's the 2 barking ghosts.
Yeah.
Second of all, they're not even ghosts. They walk through walls.
They are ghosts.
And they do vaguely spooky things, but like, a definition of a ghost is a dead thing.
They say they're ghosts.
That's not how being a ghost works.
That's the ghost, sadly.
Whatever. Look, so Barking Ghost stars Cooper. He's a scaredy cat. Never seen that in a Goosebumps book before. His older brother Mickey loves to pull pranks on him. He'll like pop out of the bed in a spooky mask.
It's just the greatest hits.
Yeah, it's the most Goosebumps book we've read so far. And they move to a new house, and it's in the middle of the woods. I don't know that many houses that are like that. People generally, when they want to buy a house, it's like somewhere.
Yeah, no.
Or there's like a road.
It's like they bought a haunted house in the middle of nowhere, and they were like, too bad you got friends though, kids.
And like Cooper starts hearing barking outside. He's like, oh, there's the spooky ghost. I reckon it's Mickey doing it. And then he hears 2 barking ghosts. And basically, weird things start happening. He sees dogs. They're like black Labradors, and then they just kind of disappear. They're just sort of chasing him around and barking at him. He sees one of them in the reflection in a lake, and this is where it's like, okay, the fuck is going on? I'm kind of like, I'm morbidly curious. What the fuck is happening? And then he meets this neighbor named Fergie, and she's like, you need to leave. This place is haunted. You need to get the fuck out. And she starts hearing bark. He's like, the dogs. It's the dogs. And she just bolts.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Back to the Future. It's like, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. It's basically what it is. And like, she's like, oh, your older brother got me to say all that crap.
Yeah. You're forgetting the part where, and this is funny because it actually goes nowhere and means nothing. Right after she says all that weird stuff, Cooper goes, Fergie, wait, you need to tell me what you mean. And she goes, what did I say? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that. You're acting weird. I didn't say a word.
Gaslighting the book.
Just so fucking, oh my god.
So the family doesn't believe him, so they find the dogs, and the dogs are like dragging them somewhere. Like, okay, they're good dog ghosts.
I want to quickly interrupt one more time because this is the part where I think the story did shift. Fergie, she gives him her full name, and then he goes, oh, I didn't think there was anybody living around here. She goes, yeah, I've been living in the area a very long time.
That's right. That was like a haunted, that's a dead house thing.
It's a dead house. It's a ghost beach thing.
Yeah.
And then it gets dropped. Cooper even says to his parents, oh, Dad, do you know about this family? And he goes, oh, no, I don't know anybody by the names like that, the real estate agent didn't mention any families with that name. That's weird. So it's obviously meant to be that she was the ghost at one point in the writing. And then Stein went, I've done that story a million times. Quick, change it.
Is this the worst
Fucking-
ghost book we've read?
It fucking could be.
I think Ghost Beach is at the bottom right now.
This is definitely worse than Ghost Beach.
Yeah. I like the kind of family history thing going on in Ghost Beach more.
That's more interesting.
Everyone's got the same last name, not that I remember what it is.
I like the part where the dogs are barking at the grandparents and the dogs,
Yeah.
the parents go, you just had to ruin it, didn't you, kid?
And then TV adaptation's like, let's cook them up.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, you got Barking Ghost.
So it's like a, Timmy fell down the wall sort of situation. Like, okay, let's go find out what they're barking about, what's going on. They get chased into this cave, and then the dogs start talking English. And then
I think it's that there's a shed in the woods,
there's like a
and
shed.
when they go into the shed, they fall into a pit.
Yeah, it's like, this is the changing room. We used to be humans just like you, and then we got tricked just like you, and now we're gonna turn back into humans, and you get to be dog ghosts. Except they're not really dog ghosts, they're just kind of ghosts. They're like dogs with magic powers.
We used to be humans, and now we are ghost dogs, and we're going to change places with you, and you will be ghost. They specifically say you are ghost dogs. You are not dogs. You are ghost dogs. But they're not. They're not dogs that died. They are ghost dogs.
It's a whole different species.
It's the fucking worst book.
So they switch places, and the kids go back, and they're like eating like animals, and the parents are like, we raised you better, Cooper. Why are you eating that steak with your hands? And then they come in as dogs and like, you have to believe us, but they're barking so they can't hear
The
them.
fucking ghosts.
And then the parents are like, we gotta take him to the pound. And like, we get the euthanasia chapter cliffhanger ending, and I'm like, yes!
Oh, fuck.
Fucking kill these kids!
They keep talking like in restless chapters. They go, I thought you called the the pound. Oh, they're gonna be here later tonight.
It's like, Jesus Christ!
I'll call them again. They said they were busy.
And then the kid's like, I know what we gotta do. We gotta drag him back to the shed, just like what they did with us. And so they like grab him with their teeth, and they just start dragging him to the shed. For some reason that works. And the parents are like, hey, get back here with our kids. And then they're like, oh, look at those chipmunks. Anyway, into the shed. And then they get out, and now they're chipmunks, and the chipmunks are the kids, and the dogs are dogs again. And that's the end of the Barking Ghost. Weird fucking book.
I took one note the whole time I was reading it. I took it at the very end. I reached the end of the book and I went, I didn't write a single fucking note. I need to write something. I just wrote, fuck this book.
It's not the worst, but it's down there.
Oh, fuck.
It's down there.
It's... Oh my god, I don't even... How about the TV adaptation?
Yeah, whatever. Talk about TV adaptation. The acting in this is atrocious. Like, it's some of the worst we've seen.
It immediately opens with a very good change. They added in pirates.
The pirate flashback was wonderful. So the humans that get turned into dogs are pirates.
They were on the run with their booty, and then they were. I think it was like they were the two dogs that were chasing them, and they pushed them into it. It's a tree now. It's a massive pit in this tree, or it might just even be the inside of this tree. It doesn't matter.
Not really.
And then the criminals are like pirates, and they're ghost dogs now.
But like, I really hated the
fuck.
acting in this one.
Yeah. The brother was funny.
Yeah, he was Sid from Toy Story.
He was Sid from Toy Story.
He even reminded me a bit of Spencer from iCarly.
Yes, absolutely had Spencer vibes.
Every character in Goosebumps reminds me of Spencer from iCarly.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
What else? Fergie was alright. Fergie and Cooper had some fucking... Oh, man.
Are you all right, Cooper? Who are you? Margaret Ferguson, but people call me Fergie. You know, like the Duchess of
Who
York.
the fuck? What an NPC! It's like you've bumped into an Oblivion guard and they just start telling you their life story.
How long have you lived here?
I can't look at
What
this
is it?
woman's nose. I'm sorry. It's too big.
I think someone pushed the slider up a notch too high.
But
Go home and tell your parents to move back to wherever you came from. It's too
Racist.
dangerous here.
Oh god.
Wait!
You can tell her mum is standing behind the camera going,
Nobody believes me anyway. They'll think I'm nuts.
I believe you.
Thanks. I've got to prove these dogs really exist.
Gotta prove. Yo.
The parents were also okay. At the end of the episode, the only other major change that I can think of, besides trimming the fat, of course there was a lot of fat.
It's a one-parter, by the way. Surprise, surprise.
Very, very thankful that it wasn't dragged out. The twist at the end is that Fergie and Cooper do get their bodies back, but now the brother is a squirrel. So the very last shot is the brother as a squirrel going, "Hey guys, come back! What happened?" For some reason, he ended up getting dragged along with the...
POV, Jared thinks squirrels and chipmunks are the same thing.
Absolutely the same thing.
The chipmunk is not in the same scene. Very clearly just cuts away to like some random stock footage of a chipmunk just vibing.
Yeah, just doing a thing.
I like, this is the first book where they describe a dog breed and then they actually put it in the TV adaptation.
Yeah, first time for everything.
How many times have we had a Cocker Spaniel in these books and then they never have an actual Cocker Spaniel? We have actual black Labradors.
Easy boy.
That is not what a dog looks like when they're growling.
It is.
Did they give it false teeth?
Just stuck teeth on it.
I feel like that's what they've done. It's not how dogs look when they're growling.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be...
Amazing.
Funny if that was the one time that we actually got a Cocker Spaniel was with the black Labradors.
That does that even look like a Labrador?
No.
That looks like nothing. That looks like a Shih Tzu or something.
It's a very vague dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The acting when the kids had the change.
Oh god.
They were played by the pirates.
Oh.
That was funny. The kids just got to go crazy.
It was still really bad.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was funny though. It was like, the kids are having fun.
I'm a kid pirate now. Yeah.
Give me the steak, Mum. See what happens.
What did they want?
I don't know. Here, come on.
I want the kids to start acting like pirates.
Yeah, they get taken over by the parts like, "Yar, we're kids again." Hangman not gonna get us kids no more.
Touch that, and you'll be drawing back a bloody stump.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the fucking ghost. Shit book, funny though.
Speed running this video, right?
Funny though, yes, please. Oh my god. Ranking time?
Yeah, I gotta set up the board.
Yeah, we're gonna eat dinner first.
Yeah,
we'll have dinner.
We'll rank on a full stomach.
Yeah, that's it. Let
Let our thoughts simmer.
Yeah.
Let it stew. Let's put Dummy 2 up.
Dummy 2.
Prefer that or Golden Cry Monster?
I was gonna say I'd take it over Dead House.
Oh shit, alright.
I'd take it over Cuckoo Clock as well. But it's not better than Ghost Next Door.
Yeah, alright.
Goodbye.
You're a great slapstick book, but that's literally it.
Yeah, the one joke, the whole book. Good job. Oh my god.
Mummy's Tomb looking not so good.
Nah, he's gone. Go on. Go on. Yes!
Here we are. I had a look at what we have in the bin so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling to put it above or below Monster Blood 2.
Let me... Can you give me the bin from the bottom?
Yeah, sure.
Because I kind of want to put it next to the bottom.
No.
I need to be reminded what else there is.
Welcome to Camp Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It came from beneath the sink.
Okay, this is better than Beneath the Sink.
The Werewolf of Fever Swamp.
This is better than Fever Swamp.
My Hairiest Adventure.
Well, then it's just the two weird dog books.
Yeah.
I would take Harry's Adventure over this.
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on it, sure.
Yeah. Harry's Adventure at least is weird.
Yeah, that ending's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Very fucked ending, alright. Yeah, they go bin time.
For the most part, it feels like a weird werewolf story. This is just kind of...
We didn't write a book this month, we just kind of fucked around for a little while.
It's literally it.
So
That's it.
we are past the halfway point of Goosebumps.
Yeah,
everyone.
that's right. I forgot that we were going to talk about that. Yeah, there you go.
You got any
That's-
books you're excited for in the back half?
Haunted Mask 2, Roosters 4, Chicken. Yeah, I think that's my big dummy free.
Shocker on Shock Street?
Oh yeah, Shocker on Shock Street. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's the one that I remember I liked the most as a kid, even though I never finished it.
I'm kind of holding out hope for the Blob That Ate Everyone.
Yeah, it was gonna be fun.
Yeah, that looks weird.
Just literally just the blob.
Yeah.
Just the blob.
I read I Live in Your Basement as a kid. That one's fucked. That's one of the last ones we're reading.
I don't even remember that one
Yeah.
at all.
Anyway, you don't know what next month is.
I'm hoping for Haunted Mask 2.
No.
Fuck.
Take a shot in the dark.
Nah, no clue.
Alright.
No.
What's it called? The Horror at Camp Jelly Jam.
He's got the best cover ever. It's just a guy smiling.
And Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes.
Yes!
I'm very
Okay,
excited.
it's gonna be a good
I'm
one.
very excited.
Oh, that's gonna be a much more interesting video.
No fucking way the Lawn Gnome book's boring. No fucking way.
Fuck, that'll be
They're
funny.
like a really huge antagonist in the movie too.
Oh, they fucking are, aren't they?
Yeah. They gotta be something.
No, they'll just
like
be
that-
funny gnomes.
And the cover of the Jelly Jam guy, like,
Yeah,
that alone.
That one's iconic. It's just a guy who's very excited to be there.
Although there is like another way where like Tim Jacobus is like, fuck, what do I draw this month? It's just like, dude.
An unsettlingly happy man.
He's just happy.
He's just chill. Alright,
Toxic happy.
see you next month, idiots.